Ready? Good evening and welcome to Wednesday, August 17, 2022, 6 p.m. regular Planning Commission meeting. The meeting now will come in order. Present to Assembly Bill 361. Please be advised the members of the Planning Commission might participate in today's meeting telephonically. Members of the public might view and listen to the meeting live online through the city website as noted on the agenda. Tonight's invocation will be given by Ms. Mosayed and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Mr. Flores. Can we have a stand, please?
Dear Lord, we thank you for the ability to come before you with this commission. We invite you to be here with us this evening to grant us the wisdom with each and every case and situation that is presented before us tonight. In your name we pray.
Okay, now for Pledge of Allegiance, place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Secretary, will you please give me a roll call?
Sure. Commissioner De La Rosa,
Present.
Commissioner Flores,
Present.
Commissioner Leon,
Present.
Vice Chairperson Villalobos,
Present.
and Chairperson Rivera.
Present. Thank you. Public comment is now open. Planning Center, there's any speakers?
Chairperson, we did not receive any written comments, but we will now open the line to see if there's anyone wishing to speak. The members of the public will now have an opportunity to speak on items listed on the agenda. Please state your name for the record before addressing your comments to the Planning Commission. Each speaker and written comment are limited to 3 minutes. Written comments will be read out loud after all speakers have been heard. Anyone wishing to make a comment may do so at this time by pressing *9. When instructed, press *6 to unmute yourself. Individuals joining through the Zoom app may request to make a comment by using the raise hand feature on Zoom. And at this time, Chairperson, I do not have anybody in the chat line.
If there is no objection by the Planning Commission, I will close public hearing. No objection? We close it. Public hearing item. Comment, item number 1, general plan consistency for the approval summary street vacation of the segment of Bell Gardens Avenue, file number 2018-080. Presentation will be given by Adrian Lopez.
Good evening, Chairperson Rivera, and good evening, Commissioners. Today I will be going over the general plan consistency for a proposed summary street vacation of a segment of Bell Gardens Avenue. A little bit about the site. The site is approximately 4,277 square feet. North of the site is Bell Gardens Avenue and residential. South of the site is residential and a vacant lot. East of the site is residential, and west of the site is the 710 freeway with the vacant lot. A little background: on November 12th, 2018, the City Council adopted resolution number 2018-58 approving conditional use permit and variance number 2018-080 to allow the development of a 48-unit condominium project at 8,000 Bell Gardens Avenue. In conjunction with the approval, the City Council also adopted Resolution number 2018-57 approving tentative track map number 78222. A street vacation is required as part of tentative track map number 78222 for the segment located north of 8000 Bell Gardens Avenue, near the intersection of Quinn Street and Bell Gardens Avenue. Now, the street vacation is required to facilitate the development of a 48-unit condominium project for the property's proposed vehicle entrance and queuing area. Now, a little bit more into detail on the project itself. As you can see here on the left side of the screen is the site plan for the project itself. Zooming into the area that is proposing to be vacated is at the intersection of Bell Gardens Avenue and Quinn Street. This will be used as the vehicle entrance and queuing area for the housing development. Now, prior to the issuance of permits, the city must vacate the segment. Pursuant to Government Code Section 65402, the city is required to make a finding of consistency with the general plan circulation element prior to the vacation of this public street. On a future date, the City Council is scheduled to consider the proposed summary street vacation along with the final track map number 78222. This is the current site condition. As you can see, there is a vacant lot on the east side, and then the sound barrier wall along the 710 freeway on the west side. And the project will be located right behind these existing fences. So this area here, shown on this photo, will be vacated to allow the vehicle entrance and queuing area for the housing development. Now, the Bell Gardens Avenue segment is no longer required for public street purposes of the city of Bell Gardens. The summary street vacation of the Bell Gardens Avenue segment will not affect the public street access or the lands of any owner or property which abuts the segment, including the state of California or the city of Bell Gardens. The summary street vacation of the Bell Gardens Avenue segment as a public local street would be consistent with and conforms to the circulation element of the Bell Gardens general plan. Now, the staff's recommendation of the Planning Commission conduct the public hearing. Determine the summary street vacation is not a project subject to the California Environmental Quality Act. And lastly, adopt the resolution PC 2022-10, finding that the proposed summary street vacation of the Bell Gardens segment is consistent with the circulation element of the City of Bell Gardens general plan. That concludes my presentation. Staff is available for any questions that the commissioners or chairperson may have. Thank you.
Excuse me, Chair Rivera, may I add something to the staff report?
Go ahead.
So this is Lloyd Pilchin. I just wanted to clarify that because sometimes it gets confusing about who is approving what. A street vacation, any street vacation, is always a legislative act. So that's always an action of the City Council. But like Adrian described, the law about a street vacation does require a finding by the Planning Commission. And that's a finding strictly about the general plan, that the vacation itself, the loss of this segment of public street and to be used for something else, that loss of that public right-of-way is consistent with the general plan. So Adrian described that finding, and that's what staff finds to be the case. But that's the focus of this action by the Planning Commission is general plan consistency. And like Adrian said, it will go before the vacation itself will go before the council for its action. Thank you.
Thank you for the clarification. At this time, I will open public hearing and receive public testimony if there's any. Secretary, Planning Secretary, there is anyone who wishes to speak on this item?
Chairperson, we did not receive any written comments on this item, and I will now open the line to see if there's any members wishing to speak. The members of the public will now have an opportunity to speak on items listed on the agenda. Please state your name for the record before addressing your comments to the Planning Commission. Each speaker and written comment are limited to 3 minutes. Written comments will be read out loud after all speakers have been heard. Anyone wishing to make a comment may do so at this time by pressing star 9. When instructed, press 6 to unmute yourself. Individuals joining through the Zoom app may request to make a comment by using the raise hand feature on Zoom. And at this time, Chairperson, I do not have anyone in the chat line wishing to speak on this item.
Thank you. If there is no objection by the planning commission, I will close public hearing. No objection? No. Close it. There's any questions for the staff from the commissioners? No questions? If there's no questions, I might entertain a motion to approve the staff recommendation as noted in the staff report and presentation.
Motion to adopt resolution PC 2022-10.
Need a second?
Second.
Secretary, will you give a roll call, please?
Sure, Chairperson De La Rosa,
Yes.
Chairperson Flores,
Yes.
Commissioner Leon,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Villalobos,
Yes.
and
Yes.
Chairperson Rivera.
Thank you. Next one will be the,
Bro, Mr. Rivera, you're muted.
sorry. Next one will be consent calendars, number 2 and 3. Does any member on the planning commission wish to pull any item for separate discussion? If it's none. Any objection? No objection? It passes. Next item will be,
Chairperson Rivera, if I may, for that, for the items on consent calendar, can we have a first and a second?
okay. Let me go back on this item, which will be the consent calendar. Somebody make a motion to,
Motion to approve the minutes of the planning commission meeting, June 15, 2022, and July 20th, 2022.
thank you. We
I second.
we need a motion. I mean, a second.
I second.
Thank you. Now let's call the roll call.
Sure, no problem. Commissioner De La Rosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores,
Yes.
Commissioner Leon,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Villalobos,
Yes.
and Chairperson Rivera.
Yes.
You're muted.
Thank you. Public comments now open for non-agenda item. Secretary, there's any speakers in this agenda?
Chairperson, we did not receive any written comments for items that are not on the agenda, but I will now go ahead and open the line to see if there's anyone wishing to speak. The members of the public will now have an opportunity to speak on items not listed on the agenda. Please state your name for the record before addressing your comment to the Planning Commission. Each speaker and written comment are limited to 3 minutes. Written comments will be read out loud after all speakers have been heard. Anyone wishing to make a comment may do so at this time by pressing star 9. When instructed, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Individuals joining through the Zoom app may request to make a comment by using the raise hand feature on Zoom. And at this time, we do not have any speakers in the chat line.
If there is no objection by the planning commission, I will close this item, this public comments. Staff, any comments?
Yes, thank you, Chair. I do have 4 announcements tonight for your information. First, the Housing and Tenants' Rights Workshop was announced in the city's biweekly report through flyers, the city website, and social media. The workshop is put on by the Stay Housed LA Group, and it is on Saturday, August 27th, 2022, from 12 to 1 at Ross Hall, with counsel and advice being given from 1 to 4 by appointment. Residents can call 323-609-8964 with questions or to schedule appointments. And the Tenants' Rights Workshop is available for residents to learn more about their specific issues, as well as laws related to the tenant-landlord relationship. The event is in collaboration with the City of Bell Gardens, Communities for a Better Environment, and East Yard Communities for Environmental Justice. I have a flyer here, but we also have them at the counter. Folks can come in and get information regarding that, and we can refer them to the right folks. Second, please be aware that communication is forthcoming this week and next week regarding upcoming Planning Commission training. Hopefully, the planning commissioners can take part in this Los Angeles area training that will be available to you on September 12th, 2022. It's a Monday, it's all day in the Los Angeles County area. And again, you'll get more information from Ms. Gutierrez, our planning secretary, coming up soon. I would say starting this week, but more than likely you'll get a couple of communications from planning staff next week. And again, that's Monday, September 12th, 2022. The breadth of training of topics include public participation and effective meetings, housing laws and community design, CEQA and transportation, legal and fiscal issues, and more. So it's a really not so much of a depth, but a really breadth of planning and legal issues for specifically planning commissioners. It's sponsored by the Institute for Local Government, which was founded in 1955 with a goal of promoting good government at the local level. So our director mentioned that we're a fairly new commission in terms of the number of folks on the commission, and the in-person interactive training sections will help planning commissioners better understand their roles and how to effectively work with our staff and aid with local planning challenges and opportunities. So we look forward to facilitating your participation with more communication again next week. That's September 12th, put on by the Institute for Local Government. My third announcement is about this month's City Council meeting. During the August 8th City Council meeting, staff recommended adopting a resolution that authorized the Community Development Director, Romo, to implement updates and changes that may be recommended by the California Housing and Community Development Department to the city's already adopted housing element. As you're aware, the City Council, based on your recommendation, commissioners, adopted the housing element earlier this year, and certification is still pending. However, there may be opportunities to clarify certain principles and implement, I would say, updates, not necessarily changes to the adopted information, and that certification is still pending. So the changes are so minor in nature and not of substantive nature that it would ordinarily have gone to your commission first for recommendation, but our consultant and staff concurred. We agreed that it should go directly to the city council so that there would be no delay in that. We have an October deadline for that certification. So that's just for your information that the planning director may be able to or will be able to make non-substantive changes and updates to that housing element that you recommended for adoption, and it was adopted by the city council earlier this year. And fourth and lastly, while not a specific land use and zoning concern, planning staff worked on and facilitated the first reading of the proposed rent stabilization and tenant evictions protection ordinance that was continued to the August 22nd, 2022 meeting. So that's upcoming this Monday by the city council. So there was a quorum, but there was not a full city council. So they recommended that it's so important that they should hear it as a full council. So that was continued, and I'm available for any questions that you may have about my announcements.
Commissions, any questions? No questions? Well, thank you very much. Next, commissions, any comments? No comments, and then motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night. Thank you so much.